second type, this is the most common type, and I'll finish tracing the rest of it. The generator, that's most of us.
Yeah, that's most of the reality.
And we'll talk about the manifesting generator as we finish speaking about the generator, because the manifesting generator is the only hybrid type, but once you hear about the generator, it'll be just easier to summarize the manifesting generators.
Yes.
So, do you want to start? You want me to?
Yeah.
Okay, so the generator is about 70% of the population, about 35% generators, about 35% manifesting generators.
Mm-hmm.
They have an open, enveloping, magnetic aura. It's warm, especially pure generators. It doesn't feel pushy. It's like a big hug, you know, if they're in a happy mood. The issue with generators is we deal with contracts.
Yes.
I just want all the generators to know.
Bold letters. Bold letters right here. We're going to definitely expand on this.
Yes.
But yes, contracts.
So, the contracts that you sign, particularly as a pure generator, they are binding for your energy. Projectors, manifestors, reflectors, they're not snagged in the same way by contracts as we are as generators. So it's extremely important that generators learn their strategy, which we'll talk about, but also, you know, research it more, either get a reading with us or find a way to find out your inner authority so that you're making good decisions on your contracts. Because once you sign a contract as a generator, it's like getting on a speeding train, and if you jump off, there's going to be consequences, and they're usually not good. So when you hear about like battered spouses, be they male or female, you know, and here's another thing. Oh, we have these, you know, oh, it's the women that always get battered in the relationship. No, it's a generator that's getting battered in the relationship,
yes.
And they can't get out. And it might be a man, it might be a woman. So abused spouses are typically generators, especially pure generators, because once you sign the marriage contract, it's like the reality has like locked your energy in, and it's very it's like jumping off a moving train at that point.
Yes.
I'm going to write the rest of it.
And yes, and before we even, you know, go in even more on the contract aspect of it, you know, I want to get into the aura of the generator. Unlike the manifestor, the generator has a magnetic aura. So what does this really mean? Because I know a lot of knowledge, we've been getting a lot of knowledge that we're all magnetic, just spiritually. So on a spiritual level, yeah, you have, you know, you have magnetism working with you, but put it like this, every level is a spiritual level, right? But as we break it down, as we get more, you know, deeper into the microcosm, which is each individual person on the planet, some of us are working with magnetism specifically, some of us are working with like repelling, some of us have more focus, or some of us have this Teflon. But the generator, you guys, because you naturally work with magnetism, and magnetism is another universal, it's like another universal law. You know, you have another kind of sweet spot, a sweet contract, I would say, that you're dealing with the reality. The generators, you guys have a defined sacral center, which automatically allows you the energy to build. The old definition was generators were workers. The new definition I like to use is builders. And the reason why is because the society is built on the generators. The generators are the construction workers. The generators are the groups of people that work together to kind of just make the society more sustainable. The whole entire workforce is the generator force. So if the generators just stop going to work right now, every generator just stop going to work right now, the whole entire pretty much planet will just, I don't even know what will happen. It would just totally probably it would just totally stop.
Yeah.
So this is the importance of the generator. You guys are like the meat of the society. So understanding your importance here, you are very, very attractive to potential employers or people who don't really have that energy, and you are attractive when you're asleep. This is the thing about the generator. You are the most attractive when you're asleep because you got so much energy, like you are the marathon runners. You just don't know it. You know, you are the ones that's waking up the 9 to 5, and when you quit the 9 to 5, you create your own business, which in turn turns into another 9 to 5. You know, your energy is constantly working. It's constantly trying to build. So the key here is, what are you building? Who are you? Who are you? What type of empire are you trying to build? What type of legacy are you trying to live? Are you going to be the ancient builders who built the pyramids, or are you just going to be the dude that built the stick house? You know, or are you the type of person that just builds up a big mound of negativity? You know, what are you building? So, as the generator with your juicy aura, because it's so magnetic, literally, it's like a fisherman. You throw your line out. All you have to do is literally just throw out your ideas. Throw out whatever it is that you want. Allow your aura to, allow the energy, allow the idea to literally ride that aura. That aura will literally go out, and it will bounce back, and it will come to you. So each and every generator, you guys, you live off of your vibration. Your vibration determines your reality. It determines the quality of your contracts. You see, because it takes a while for the generator energy to build up, and once the generator energy finally builds up, then that's when you start to light up. Then that's when your energy really starts to flow. And as it starts to flow, you start to glow, and then it literally taps into the potential employers or anybody out there who's praying or asking for your energy to come help them fulfill whatever it is that they need to fulfill. So the key here is you need to fulfill what it is that you need to fulfill. Like, what is it? What are your dreams? You know, yeah, you have this working energy. You might not have the architecture type of plan. You might not have that going on within you, because that may not be your job. You may be able to just read the plan, and then, you know, because you're hands on, you can just put it together. So this whole game is all about teamwork. So remember, we're still in the puzzle, and the orange color is still needed. The blue is needed. The red and the purple, the colors are needed. So as a generator, as you can see, 70% you're needed. So you know, all you have to do is kind of just sit back and allow your energy to kind of, I would say, what's the word I'm trying to use?
Well, you want to build it up like an actual generator.
Yes.
So, and one thing I just didn't mention with the manifestor that we usually say, I like to call the manifestor the initiator, because by calling it the manifestor, it almost implies they're the only one who can manifest anything.
Yes.
That's totally not true. Everyone can manifest, and nobody is designed to be broken without resources.
There we go.
Okay? So just people have particular ways they go about this. So the manifestor has to initiate to manifest. So they're called the manifestor because there's just a certain quickness about what they do. The generator manifests by attracting. And I actually do want to grab a question really quick that's going to help us flesh this out, because Tashia asked, we can't turn the magnets off though when we want to, LOL, or can we? And then Shayla is like, that's when I was putting in apps, I wasn't able to attract jobs because I'm awake and more and more, so I'm not attractive anymore. Now, I want to talk about that.
Okay.
Yes. That's how you turn it off. So you can never stop magnetizing. So you just build your vibration up, like Shayla's talking about her experience, so that you're not gonna attract the vipers and the jackals.
Yes, yes.
And so you gotta, this is why we talked about earlier about the courage. You're gonna have to go over the rainbow bridge. We're inviting you to the 5th dimensional reality, but you have to have like the guts, and as a generator, you do have the defined sacral, so you have the guts. Use your energy to get through it. Call upon friends, downsize while you practice this, because you have to get through the process of leaving the old and shedding the old skin, the not self stuff, so that you can get your vibration to a point where you're now attracting the employers you really want to work for, the manifestors who are initiating projects you really want to participate in. It's fun to be with the manifestor you're in alignment with. We have a great time around Carol and our manifestor friends who know what's going on because they're happy. And when you're around a happy manifestor, as a generator, if you want to get involved with what they're doing, it's a pleasure to lend your energy to the project because everything's good. It's peacefulness. So the answer is no, you cannot turn off your magnetism, so you change your focus, your vibration, you change where your energy is, and it's like, you know, if you're vibrating up here and the crap is down here, it's not, it's magnetized, you know, the generators who are down here will magnetize that, and eventually we're going to get all of them up, so there's nothing left to feed the, you know, crap that's down here in the colonized world.
Yes.
So we're drawing our energy away. You don't have to go against anybody. It's your energy. It's your right to do with it what your soul came here to do. You don't owe any, whatever these crazy contracts are, they're going to try to mess you up with all the intergenerational agreements and all that stuff. As a generator, that really draws us down. And well-meaning projectors are going to come in and be like, just get over it. It's not that easy as a generator. So you have to have the courage to like sit through the time period where you release the old, build yourself up. So you got to remove, you know, if the fear comes up, it can come up. Go do something that's really pleasurable for you, that you love doing, that makes you feel good, because the generator who feels good attracts good opportunities. The generator who feels good, yes, you put just random applications up to stuff you really don't want to do anyway, that you're way overqualified for, they're not going to respond. Because that, and I don't want to call Shayla out, but that's not what she's supposed to be. She's like a super gifted healer. Mm-hmm. So she just has to, you know, and not just Shayla, but all of us have programs about you can't do that, or you're not good enough, or you're not ready yet, or whatever. So we have to go through that. Forget what the mind is saying. Just feel good. Just feel good. And if feeling good means sitting home and watching a movie and not filling out a single job application, that's what you do.
Yes.
And some of you can testify that you followed that advice and then a job came to you.
Yes.
That you actually wanted.
Yes, because the magnetism works 100% of the time.
So is that the backward side?
I think that's good.
So the frustration theme comes because we sign contracts that aren't correct for us, because the mind made the decision. Mm-hmm. So if you get a reading, you'll understand which of your chakras is designed to make your decisions for you, which one trumps in your system. For me, it is my gut, because I'm not emotional. So when I don't listen to my gut and I get in on a contract, it's always bad. And you know it. You feel it. You've experienced it. Every generator, when we say this, they know exactly what we're talking about, and they had that experience, and they don't want to have it again. So.
And you know about that, getting in it and not being able to get out. Like, that is so...
Yeah, this is like, we're talking
so
about
important.
some life or death stuff here. Like, this is not a joke, you know?
Yeah, so it's important for you to understand, and just remember, the human design is about making decisions. It's about how do I make the proper decision so that I can stop making the same decision over and over and over and over and keep following the same, keep chasing my tail over and over and over. So, you're going to learn how to make the proper decision so that you don't have to go through the same thing over. And this is how you walk through the threshold. This is how you make it to the next level of the game.
And I know a lot of you saw that post I put up, free coaching for generators. You're not here for success. That's only for the projectors. We're here for satisfaction. If the contract is not going to bring you satisfaction, the answer is no. I don't care what your inner authority is.
Yeah.
Unless you want to be miserable, and then you have a choice to do that.
Yeah. But if
you really want to do that.
If there's no satisfaction, then don't even play the game.
You're not here for success. And that is really important, generators. Let that program go. All this hustling and stressing is so unattractive. The hustle game is done. You are here to sit on a throne. Now, you want to exercise, especially like with certain activations. Exercising is really going to help boost your aura. But not because you're trying to like be the top Olympic medalist. Unless that really would satisfy you. But for most of us, it just feels good to run a race or to move around or to move that energy that builds up. We're literally like generators where the energy builds up, then you feel pressure and you got to move. Mm-hmm. So when that juicy energy is there, just apply it first to what you care about. And if you have to go through steps to exit out of your current bad contract, just slowly start to put more and more and more time of more and more of your energy into the stuff that really makes you satisfied, and slowly you will get out of the old contracts. And as a generator, you may have to go a little more slowly, especially pure generators, but that's okay. You need that time to practice this new way of being anyway. You need that time to practice responding and waiting and not initiating, which is what we've all been programmed to do.
Yes.
And our manifestor friend has to leave early because manifestors can't sit still.
Of course.
We love you. Thank you for coming.
Thank you, because you gotta leave. That every time.
Yeah. for a business meeting. So that's the manifestor. And see, because we know that, we do them first, and when they leave, we don't get offended.
Yeah.
We'd rather have them go do their thing than sit here and have that jagged energy stressing everybody out. So, goodbye. You want to say anything else about generators? I need to just breathe for a second and check in with Kevone.
I think we went in. I think we're good. We can take a quick break.
Yeah, so with this analogy, which I haven't really mentioned yet. Okay, yeah, the manifestors are like the switch on the flashlight, and the generators are the batteries in the flashlight. Oh, and let me, yeah, success is relative. Yeah, so success for the generator is satisfaction, because once you're satisfied, guess what you attract? More satisfaction.
So, and not only just more satisfaction, once you're satisfied, this is the trick though. Once you become satisfied, you experience success. You start to experience peace, and you also experience the surprise. So we all, it's so deep, but we all have each other's like design within us, except, you know, it's just that we have our own specific way about going about it. So each and every one of us can be successful. Each and every one of us can experience satisfaction. It's just we experience it in a specific way that's only geared for you.
I just want to address really quick. So we've been over manifestors and generators. Someone was asking. We're going to take a break just for a minute, and then we're going to do projectors and reflectors. Now, you know, people in the past have said, oh, you spend all this time on generators and you rush through the projectors and reflectors. So we're not going to rush. And now, generators, manifestors and manifesting generators, if you can't sit through the rest of it, you can come listen to a replay just in case your family members or child or boss is a projector or reflector. We want to do them all, though, because we all are living together. And then at the end, we are going to talk about the social aspect of this. So if you can, stick around. Otherwise, come back and listen later. But we will get next to projectors and then finally reflectors. But projectors and reflectors are the non-energy beings, and they have to deal with all of us generators and manifestors. So it's helpful for you to hear this, because you're the ones who are guiding the energy beings.